Hello and welcome to Module 2 of the SPH Teaching Kitchen's online cooking series. My name is Emily, and in today's lesson I'm going to show you how to make our apples and peanut butter smoothie. And we're actually going to make this a green apple and peanut butter smoothie with the addition of spinach. So spinach is a great vegetable to try to incorporate into your smoothies because it's very mild in flavor and does add a very fun, bright green color to our smoothies. Spinach is considered a dark leafy green vegetable, and dark leafy greens are really great for us. They're going to be very high in iron, in vitamin K, in vitamin C, all kinds of vitamins and minerals that we need in our daily lives. They're really packed full of the good stuff. So if you're trying to incorporate more spinach or dark leafy greens in general into your diet, smoothies are going to be a really great place to start. In addition to our spinach, which we are using 1 packed cup of, we're also going to use half a cup of frozen fruit. I recommend using a lighter colored fruit. The recipe calls for pineapple. Here I'm using mango. You could also use something like peaches. We don't want to use a darker colored fruit because that can interfere with the color of the spinach and make a brown smoothie, which doesn't look very appetizing. But we want to use something frozen, so then we don't have to use ice in our smoothies. If you don't have frozen fruit on hand, that's okay. Just add a couple ice cubes to your smoothie for that nice smoothie texture. With this mango, I actually didn't buy it frozen. I actually bought a fresh mango because it was on sale and really cheap. And I actually just cut it up myself, put it into a reusable container, and froze it that way. So now I have frozen fruit on hand that was really inexpensive for me. In addition to our half a cup of mango, I'm also going to use a quarter of a frozen banana. This banana was super ripe when I froze it, so it's going to be pretty sweet. And then we're also going to use 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. That peanut butter is adding both protein and fat to our smoothie. Those 2 things we really want in our smoothies if we want them to be really filling and satisfying. Without protein or fat, we might drink our smoothie and then be hungry again in half an hour, because all we have are the carbohydrates from all the other foods that we added. By adding protein and fat, it's going to keep us fuller longer. So peanut butter is a really great source of both of those things. We're also going to add an apple, the namesake of our smoothie. You can use any apple that you like. We're just going to cut the core out of it before we go to blend it up, but you can leave the skin on. And then for our liquid, we're going to use 1 cup of milk. I recommend using a 1 or 2% milk, something that still has a little bit of fat in it, again so our smoothie will be nice and filling. That milk is also going to add some added protein to our smoothie as well. So to build our smoothie, I always like to put my liquid and softer ingredients on the bottom. That's going to help your smoothie to blend just a little bit easier. Add my mango. I like to add my spinach kind of in the middle so it doesn't get lost on top. Then I'm going to add my banana and my peanut butter. Now for my apple, I'm just going to cut the core out of it. I like to cut 4 pieces off going around the core. With our apple, I'm going to go ahead and just cut this into a large dice. It doesn't need to be perfect, but I just want to cut it up a little bit so that it blends a little more easily. Especially because I'm leaving that skin on. If you leave the whole piece of apple like this, you might get a big piece of skin in your smoothie. Once you've added all of your ingredients, you can go ahead, put your lid on your blender. Once we're done blending, we can see that our smoothie is a nice bright green color. We don't have a lot of flecks of spinach. If you're seeing like chunks of fruits and vegetables in your smoothie, just keep blending a little bit longer so that your smoothie will be nice and smooth. Now, I like to pour my smoothies into mason jars because I can put a lid on them and then have them tomorrow or the next day for breakfast, so I don't have to drink it today if I don't want to. This smoothie does make 2 servings, so I'm going to have 2 mason jars here. These each hold about 16 ounces. And I'm just going to split it between the 2. And so now if I want, I have 1 smoothie for today, 1 for tomorrow. If you want, you could double this recipe and make 4 smoothies. That's actually something I like to do on the weekends, is make a lot of smoothies for myself, keep them in the fridge, and then I have an easy breakfast during the week when I don't have a lot of time in the morning. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a taste. It's super tasty. That peanut butter flavor is really coming through. It's nice and sweet from the banana. This is going to be a really great choice for a breakfast or for a snack. Thank you for joining us for the SPH Teaching Kitchen's online cooking series. This has been the recipe for the apples and peanut butter smoothie, and we'll see you again for the next one.